Hello YouTube, this is Reno Dan. I'm on an MT-07 on roads on a track I've never ridden before. I'm gonna try to do this in one take. So here we go. Motorcycle riders, we will always come across roads we're not familiar in one way or another at any given time in our riding career. In doing so, how do we ride these roads? Do we ride them like we normally do on roads we're very comfortable with? That's nay, because that's a good way to get hurt. Because we don't know what's the roads are like. We don't know the conditions of the roads. There's potholes, like there's dust on this road right here. We don't know. And roads change day to day anyway, especially living in California. But that's besides the point. I try to ride a little bit slower, get a feel for the roads, get a feel for the engineering of the road. The engineering means is how close together corners are spaced. Road engineers are different from track engineers. Track engineers are trying to go out and fool us and make our job as track riders as difficult as possible. Road engineers are trying to go out and make the roads as safe as possible, which means you will have less hairpins and less scary corners coming up and more of a flow section where actually traffic will not develop and there won't be no bumper to bumper traffic. They're trying to make it where roads flow. So we know that in America, I don't know about other countries, but in America, that's definitely how our engineers work. But having said that, you can still get yourself in trouble. Like right here is a long straightaway coming up. You normal riders would want to get on the gas and charge the crap out of this to have some fun because straightaways are fun. But then we don't know if what kind of corner is going to come up. I didn't know what kind of corner was coming up. So as I was getting down the road, I wanted to start braking and keeping a mild speed in case something happened, like a corner I was not sure that I was going too fast for. And going too fast for a corner is a recipe of disaster. This right here is a blind apex, a blind corner. I didn't know where the exit was, so I tried to do a late apex so I can get through it. I could see the exit of that corner, so that wasn't too bad. Could see the exit of this corner, not too bad. The corner right here coming up is definitely a blind corner. Slow down as much as possible. Late apex it and get through it safely. And the reason why blind corners are so scary is because we don't know if there's oncoming traffic. This is a video game and I'm on the road by myself. But in real life, you'd be sharing the road with other people. So always slow down when you can't see the exit on a blind corner. So that right there should be your telltale to slow down in real life anyway, because you're gonna make sure you have to make a good turning point. You're gonna have to have 2 points of vision. Here's a blind corner in. I'm gonna wait as long as I can. Actually wasn't too bad. Kind of like a double apex almost. So double apexes means there's two apexes, which you have to treat as the two separate corners. So you have to roll on and roll off gas and get ready for the next corner. It will be a little bit of straight, sometimes connecting double apexes, sometimes not. Oh wow, there's my... Alright, let's watch my ghost ride. So I'm on my second track, so I've been through one lap already. After this lap, I'm going to wrap it up. So now I'm getting familiar with the roads a little bit. I can probably pick up the speed, but I still I'm not sure because I don't want to crash. So going smooth and slow a little bit. I know people don't want to hear that slow word. But especially on roads you don't know, all it's going to do is give you the most reaction time and the ability to prepare for the corner. To actually prep. And that is very important for you guys to go out there and do that. To actually prep for the corner. So going a little bit slower will allow you more prep time to make your braking, downshifting to get everything in order before you actually corner. Like the last video I made with the proper cornering sequence. These videos, every video is going to be linked some way or another, because these are the fundamentals of writing. This is what you need to know to be a good writer. I know, and then part of you guys is going to want to go out and rip the corners, which is very true. And right here's a long straightaway. I'm enticed to go faster. But then you can if you have good braking and if you have good vision. For you new writers out there, I would just recommend staying in a constant speed that you're comfortable with. The advanced writers, you know what you're doing. This is actually a nice, fun road to be on. So if I was racing this, I'd be going a lot faster because I have more road to use. But I'm trying to stay in my lane to be good at motorcycle example. I'm keeping it so-so. Everybody that rides motorcycles or driven a car or played video games that has corners, we all have things that we can go out and actually use as visual cues of what's happening. Right, here's a visual cue. A corner's coming up. It's not a bad one, but I want to stay in my lane. There's another visual cue coming up. There's a blind corner because of the brush on the rocks. I can't see around it. So I gave it a nice late apex. Very safely done. Sorry, I just crossed the white line. That could be death. You could get hit by another vehicle. So you want to make sure that you stay in your lane. Obviously that goes without saying, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people get in trouble because of it. And the reason they don't stay in their lane is because they're not going at a speed that they can control. Even if the bike can go faster, doesn't mean you can go faster. So therefore, you have to go to speed that you can manage the bike and yourself and control. Where you can stay in your lane. And that's how I do roads I've never been on before. I go a little bit slower. I use my vision. I look as far down the road as I can. I'm not very comfortable with it, so I don't try to be comfortable. I'm a little bit more on edge because I don't know what's coming next. I don't know if it's a hairpin or if it's a continual radius. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a double apex. And I don't know if my speed is too fast for that corner without me doing this, crossing the line. So that was a good example of what not to do. Alright, YouTube, I'm going to wrap up this video right now. Without doing an endo. Weird. Alright. So when you're riding roads you're not sure of, slow down a little bit. Not where you're going too slow where you're bored, but just a little slower than your normal pace on roads you know. Give yourself plenty of time. Try to get your braking done early. Even if it's a corner you think that might not be that exciting, you never know how that corner might turn out, especially if you can't see the exit. Always treat corners you can't see the exit as if that corner keeps on going around in a circle. It might be a switchback, especially if you're on back roads. You don't know how that corner is going to develop. So always treat it like it's going to keep on going, and you want to go into it as late as possible for a late apex to give you the most vision to see out of it. If you can see through the corner, that's like a normal corner, and then you know where the exit, the middle, where the apex is, and where your entry is, and you know where you need to go, how you can arc through. That's it on street riding. These are street roads. Roads I've never been on before. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. The main thing is to be safe. If you do the roads multiple times, you can get more comfortable and pick up your speed. But in the beginning, I would highly recommend going a little bit slower. just so you guys can go out and be safe and make it home. That's the number one thing. And still have fun. Because riding is fun. It's an adventure. It's the time of our lives. It's freedom. It's everything wrapped up on two wheels. And it's the best part of life. That's why we all do it. That's why we love it. Thanks for watching. My name's Rhino Dan.